ever heard the quote from the Dalai Lama that says, when you don't have 10 minutes to meditate, you probably need an hour? Meaning, the more chaotic life feels, the more you actually just need to stop and pause. Well, welcome to the Taylor Frequency, where we keep it real about relationships, keep it real about personal growth, and look forward to taking accountability. Ooh, that one hurt. And before we dive in, go ahead and like, follow, and share if you believe that strong relationships deserve honest conversations. Now, you might be wondering, what does a Dalai Lama quote about meditation have to do with relationships? Well, let's talk. Let's get into it. And it's because a lot of couples, they say the same thing. They say, we're just too busy. We're too busy with the kids. We're just too busy lifing, right? And they'll say they don't even have 5 minutes, not just 5 minutes, to sit down and appreciate their partner. Now, here's the crazy part. When you first met your spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, you had all the time in the world. You stayed up late talking and texting. You look forward to talking to this person. You probably got in your car and drove across town, maybe 20 minutes to an hour, just to spend 10 minutes with them sometimes. Your phone rang, you saw their name pop up, your whole mood changed. You know, you were smiling, your heart just skipped a beat. And now, when that same phone rings, you answer it like it's a bill collector. It's like, hello. You know, you got that tone like they're totally interrupting your day. So, what changed? What happened? Well, people don't fall out of love. They just stop doing the things that kept love alive. And it rarely happens overnight. It's like slowly happens. You know, over time, we stop doing those small things, the things that we wanted to do in the beginning. You know, now we stop complimenting each other, and we stop noticing each other, and we stop appreciating the little things that we did in the beginning. And sometimes in our mind, we start thinking, well, you know, I got him now. There's no need to keep dating. No need to keep showing effort. We're good. We're locked in. But that's the problem, because that's when the excuses start showing up. And quite honestly, the excuses, they sound reasonable too. I mean, they're very logistic. Work, right? Work keeps me busy. That's reasonable. Or by the time I get home, I'm exhausted. Well, we fight in traffic and I've got to cook dinner. Well, everybody's got to eat. And then you got the kids. They need help with their homework. These are all reasonable. But then at the end of the day, we're also saying, I just need some time for myself, right? And listen, guys, these are all real things. We get it. Life is busy. Life is busy. But here's the uncomfortable truth for all of us. You know, we'll always find time for the things that we actually find important. If it's a priority, we'll find time to do it. So if it comes to our phones, we'll sit on the couch and we'll scroll through our phones for about 45 minutes straight. We'll turn on the TV, flick on Netflix, and we'll binge watch a movie all night long. And if our friends text us, immediately we'll text them right back. But then the person that we call our person, they get the leftovers of our attention. That's a problem. And here's the scary part. Most people, we don't even know that they're doing it. Most people don't even they know they're doing it, right? And so that's called their blind spot. And the blind spot is when everybody else sees it, but you don't. So for example, there's a lot of people out here throwing around that they're great communicators, but at home, their partner says they feel unheard. And there's some people out here saying that they're very loving, that they're very affectionate. But if you ask their partner will say that they're emotionally neglected, right? And so some people think that they're showing appreciation, but they're only doing it once every 6 months. So the truth is, if we can actually see our blind spots, we can actually grow from them because we know what to avoid. Because growth starts with awareness. Because you can't fix what you refuse to see. So here's another truth that most people don't talk about or do their best to avoid. Relationships rarely end because of one big bang. They typically end because of something called slippage. And slippage is slow erosions, right? So think of it like rain. One raindrop doesn't create a flood. But if you got thousands of raindrops and it's coming over time, now you got a flood because now water is rising everywhere. Same thing with relationships. Those raindrops, they're like saying or seeing, not saying thank you, or not noticing effort, not showing appreciation, not giving affection. Those little moments where someone starts to feel like you don't see them, they feel unnoticed, they start to feel unimportant. And loneliness doesn't always happen when you're alone. Sometimes loneliness can actually happen to the person you're sleeping right next to. So here's something simple that I want all of us to try. Once a week, find 5 minutes, sit down with your partner, and tell them 3 things that they did to make you feel loved. Now, don't get all generic, right? Don't just keep it black and white and say you're a good husband, you're a good wife. Be specific, right? Paint the picture with it. Put some color to it. And say, I appreciated how good you were to me this morning when you picked up the kids for me. Or how about when you left for work, you gave me a kiss. That meant something to me. Because appreciation is like fertilizer. Whatever you fertilize, that's what's going to grow. And my sisters, this is for my sisters. This isn't about you becoming a cheerleader for a man that does the bare minimum, right? That's not what we're talking about. And this is not about becoming a groupie for someone who doesn't show love back to you. It's about how we can be good at love to the person who loves us back. Because appreciation isn't just rewarding love, it's multiplying it. And it makes someone want to keep showing up for you. So if life feels too busy and if everything just feels chaotic in your relationship, then maybe the Dalai Lama was right. Maybe that's actually the moment that we actually need to slow it down a little bit, pause, find that 5 minutes, throw out 3 appreciations, because that can equal a stronger relationship. Now, here's the thing. If I was a gambler, which I'm not, but if I was a gambler, I would say that a lot of you guys probably won't even do it. And it's not because you don't love your partner, you don't love your person. It's probably because there's this thing called the P word, it's pride. And a lot of people, they hear advice like this and they think that, why should I go first? They should appreciate me first, or I'm already doing all of this already. Well, again, that's your blind spot. That's your blind spot talking. Because everybody wants to feel appreciated. Everybody wants to feel significant. But not everybody wants to be the first one to start it. Some of us, we just got to swallow our pride. So if you want the reward, you got to pick up that responsibility torch. Because here's the thing about strong relationships and strong marriages. They're not built by keeping score. They're built by saying that I'm going to be the mature one and I'm going to lead with love anyway. Because somebody has to break that cycle. Somebody has to be the one who says, I'm not going to let my ego slowly erode at the most valuable thing that I have in my life, which is my marriage or my relationship. And here's the thing. When appreciation becomes normal, if we can normalize that in our relationships, respect will grow, connection will grow, and love, it stops feeling like work. So if you really want a better relationship, don't just listen to this pod. Don't just listen to this episode. Do the 5 minutes and see what happens. Thanks for tuning in to the Taylor Frequency, where we keep it real about relationships, personal growth, and becoming the kind of partner our marriage deserves. Please like and subscribe and follow for more.